Hey, this is Ranting Q. We're back, man. I've been hacked a bit, so now I'm on a new program, and that's Ranting Q, Being, but Ranting Q, what you'll still be called. And we're gonna update you on what we've been missing. We've been off for like 3 months, man. About 2 months, I would say. We missed a lot of action. We missed talking about a lot of action. We lost how we felt how we lost in the playoffs against Washington. It was we have a lot of blame to go around, but me personally, when he threw that pass, when he had that end around and you had J-Mo throwing the ball, you know what? You're not a quarterback, man. You put him in a quarterback position. That's a whole new game, man. That means our offensive coordinator was thinking about something to be tricky. When you're in a playoff, trying to make the playoff, trying to do well in the playoffs, and you're at a close game because your defense can't stop anybody, you better bring more of a better game than that. But I digress. We lost it. I remember, I was thinking of, I would get that loss in the early part of the season, late part of the season, and then we'll go on a game run. We only had 3 games to win, but apparently we couldn't do that. The second game would have been tough anyway, because we've been playing Philly. And be all honesty with you, that's a very tough game to measure, because the way they beat us is the way that Philly beat them. And then in turn, Philly smashed Kansas City just like they were playing against Washington, which means their defense was on fire. Offensively, they were okay, but Kansas City didn't do nothing, And what's good about Philly is they don't rush. They don't blitz. So I don't care how good you are. You're not going to break into our big 5 front line. You better have somebody better. You better be a blitz, or he's going to have all day and he's going to carve us up. But we can't prove that because we couldn't get past Washington. Okay, end of season. We got our crybaby stuff out. We did everything we could to move on to the next level. Now here's the next level. He's come up. Now you start thinking about what happened, man. Who did our team? Who now all our coaches are now gone. They're going to become head coaches, which is great. I get that. But both of them left, and then all of a sudden both of them is trying to snap back from ours, which means they're trying to grab our thing to bring them back, and they're thinking about grabbing, especially AG. He wants to grab all the defensive players that that got the iffy type, like he wants iffy. He's not going to get iffy. Well, I can't say he's not going to get. We don't know what he's going to do. The New York Jets are in position with the money to grab what they want to grab, and they're going to get it high in the draft. So, but see, the thing about the whole thing comes back to now is, will he produce like Detroit did? AG knows the plan, but the problem is though, AG is not the one that picks the people out. Their director does. I mean, they're Brad Holmes. The chief man makes the call, and I don't think they're going to like what Detroit did. Got everybody together and said, what you need. We're gonna go for that. Because we're all on the same page. You're not there for that. AG is not that kind of, he's a leader, but he's not that kind of person. Now, will he do New York justice? I think he will. His defensive, he learned to be both offense and defense. He already knew that. That's what he's doing this year. That's why we didn't get the full thing that we need, because he was trying to be a assistant coach. That's what he was, assistant coach. So he's ready to move on to the next step, and that's what he did. But they took all the guys from us, man. Took all our guys, but then what we ended up picking up? That one gentleman we had in 2022 that was on our upward movement. I think we were 98. We had the 98 year, and he was the defensive coordinator at that time to help. I mean, helping the offensive coordinator, so they allowed them to really expand themselves. So very, very, very great pick. And now we picked up Choice. He played with Gibbs. And when Gibbs was in Georgia Tech. And so you had a guy that knows him. And first thing that Gibbs was talked about, and every person who moves in the big league talk about their coaches, he really gave high praises to Choice. And Choice is an offensive coordinator. Now, I mean, so he'll be working with the wide receivers and that stuff, and become again assistant coach possibly in the future. But Montgomery's moved up to that one. So we're keeping everything tight now. Now we look about, what do we want? Do we want to go after the big boy? We really want. I think we should go after I think Sweat will be probably the better chance for us, the way we play, the way we think. We don't want Garrett here because Garrett wants to be the dominant figure. He's thinking, I'm going to bring you to the promised land. Not necessarily, dude. The team's got to bring us to the promised land. We sure we can do that. We showed we lost Hutch and game 4. And look, we still had a great team. We still could have made it to the show. So I don't buy all that. What I buy is Detroit has to keep themselves on the same mode. Don't stray from the course. You're going to want to because you have a different guy. You teach him your way. You don't. And see, and what's good about number 20, the OC, the OC itself, our physical coordinator, he was with us in 22. He understood what we were doing. That's when we were just starting to get fancy. He was there, and then he moved off. Okay. But like once you have a good team, everybody gets stolen. He was one of the ones that got stolen in 2022. We're in no change. There's no difference. Just that will we panic? It's all about the locker room, man. Campbell's not going to have you panicking. I'm going to tell you that at the top. But will the other team have that same energy? We know the defensive coordinator just got moved up. He's got it. We know he's going to get that. Y'all know he's going to get that. Actually, the guy that left was going to get it. But hey, he's got it. I mean, as a defensive coordinator, the man who's supposed to got it. So you got the same feel as AG, but a little bit more aggressive. He wants you to play ball. If not, let's see how he feels about if you're not going to play ball, you're not going to be here to play ball. So, and we know Dan Campbell, we know Brad Holmes. This is Brad Holmes' time. Let him cook, man. He's going to cook for you. He's just putting recipes together, getting the garlic, getting the ginger, getting the things ready to put together to make a nice little Jamaica meal. I'm just going to tell you right now, a lot of people are now saying, look what can you call yourself a great, look what happened, Broderick and all these mugs. Broderick is still playing for us, guys. You got to get a lineman a defense, any lineman needs 3 years. If you can give him 3 years, if he's improving every year, you can't blame him. He's not going to play that much until the guys get hurt. That's why Hooker is sitting back there going like, hey, I got a nice sweet paycheck, and I'm gonna be backing up this guy who don't seem to ever leave the game. You gotta remember now. You remember Goff that was Goff's thing for LA. He never got hurt. I think he spent no more than 2 or 3 games out. Period. He don't spend games out. He gets up, he's back in it because he doesn't have to get into all that. Now he knows how to fall too. You see that? When people say, why is he taking this tackle? Because he's gonna take that 5-yard loss, get the sack, and move on about the game, baby. That is how the offensive coordinator, he was on a break. He was trying to talk about Chicago before we got started. AG I thought he really wanted the other team, but I realized he's a jet man. He waited for the jet deal and made the deal and then got it. He was done. So he was plotting that. Especially toward the end of the game, you saw him in the back with his legs crossed looking at stuff, except for being out there yelling, fussing. I'm saying, why are we doing? He was done, man. He was cooked. That's the only thing about you having a team. If we didn't win it last year, that made it difficult for us to be ready for somebody who half do it and then lose. Because they didn't want to do it, which means they're going to try to crush Detroit's thing, the crushing the city to go to make money. See, that ain't what we want. Last year, he said, I'm not going nowhere. I ain't finished. Guess what? He didn't finish. He did worse than what he did before he left. But, Ben doing what he's doing, Ben wanted to go to Chicago. He wanted to be the man. And to be honest with you, he's not going to make it, man. He don't have control of that locker room. He's not. The person I'm worried about is AG could. AG could have control and will uplift his team to somewhere that will be competing with us. We'll be seeing them Super Bowl, like that. Because right now Kansas City showed that they can be beaten. Bills show that they can be beaten. Bills can't make it in the playoff, and Kansas City looked this soft. They have to work on their front line and buy new players for their front line and wide receiver core because they're not doing it. Kelsey is getting too old, man. He'll make the middle catches, but he can't do that. He can't make 10, 12 catches a game, man. That's gonna be he'll be done and out by the end of the year. So I digress, which I do often. Ranting Q, I'm coming back. I'm not gonna let you guys down. I know a lot of stuff I say and do is not going to be posted as well. So I'm going to post this on both YouTube, and I'm going to post it on my new Facebook. That'll be a Ranting Q Bing. So don't look for David Anderson or the other one. That's gone now. That's been pirated. I'm going to let them have it. I'm going to knock off all my pictures and stuff off. The contacts, they already know. You can't contact me. When you go to my site now, you can't contact me. It's okay. I got a new one. And if you're with me on Facebook, I'm going to make sure, on YouTube, which I'm going to try to build that up to make that. Then I'm going to split off to Facebook to my own controls. But right now, YouTube is going to be where I'm going to be doing most of my stuff. If it's going to be nominal, it's going to be nominal. Just what it is. I'm going to try to work up on Lions Nation Unite and do something with them that can link up. If anybody's doing something that allow me to patch onto their page, I would like to do that. But I'll make sure give credit where credit is due. I'm not making any money here. I'm just trying to make myself known like I am. At least my family kind of semi-remembered me. But I've been off, man. It's been an interesting 2 months. I'm trying to get myself back together. The election kind of messed me up a bit. But you know what? You can't worry about stuff you have no control over, because people will do what they're gonna do. I want to do what I want to do, and that is report the Lions news to you. I'm gonna give my name a better name, like everybody got Lions something. But as long as I don't use both the Detroit Lions, I'm okay. I can split it up. And I have quite a few. Everybody have quite a few things they can do. But definitely, I'm gonna look at. Definitely gonna be using the word Motown in there, so you know what I know. Now, I'll put it all together and I'll give it to you. I know I've got the name somewhere. I got a couple of names I'm going to use, and you're going to hear that from now on. This is only part one. I'm going to let it on YouTube, let the whole thing run straight out. It's like a live broadcast and then you will hear it. And please make comments and make comment of what you hear, what I say, what you don't agree, what you do agree. I'm listening to both sides. I want to expand this ideal. To do that, I got to hear both. I got to get people talk. If it's just a thumbs up or a like or just to view it, I'll be happy. I'm going to try to make it so later it'll be more exciting. But first, I want to see who want to come back and see me. I had a pretty good little throwout on Facebook. Had up to a couple, 1,000 or so, but I didn't think nothing of it. Now I'm going to put it together and make it work. So if you're with me, let's go. Detroit Lions, that's part one. I'm trying not to go do it all in one segment. I can easily do it, because I don't have a viewing. I don't see myself that mean. I'm just going to be like I'm talking to myself, which really is what I'm doing. You know what? One thing, and then we'll maybe chop this up at that point. I'm getting the feel that we dropped a lot of people this season because of us not winning the weakest